Yes, I'm upstairs because tennis great Monica Seles is here. And you know, she has said that her biggest adversary, in fact, was not across the net, but on the plate. An eating disorder that took her to an extreme. She is back. It is a new book called Getting a Grip, and we'll have a chance to talk about it in a minute. Sam?
An hour.
Tennis champ Monica Seles, who won 9 Grand Slam titles, countless fans. But when we also heard her on Dancing with the Stars this past season, there she is, showing her stuff. We had no idea what had been going on in her life in recent years. In fact, she was winning a private battle with a binge eating disorder.
Is 1 point from becoming the youngest champion in French Open history.
She was just 16 years old, a kid from Yugoslavia, when she beat Steffi Graf in 1990 to capture the title. A year earlier, Chris Evert became the first Titan to fall.
She was so aggressive, taking everything early and grunting, and I'd never seen a player like that.
At 17, the youngest player to be ranked #1 in the history of the game, winning 8 Grand Slams in 3 years. A short time on top, and then tragedy hits twice. First, as you know, Seles was stabbed by a fan during a match in Germany. Then, a second blow, the cancer death of her beloved father. With life spiraling, the once disciplined athlete turned to secret late-night eating, gaining more than 40 pounds and 4 dress sizes, making her a target on the tennis court.
The press can be so cruel. Jeez. She wasn't in the best shape. You know, she wasn't moving as well.
After a decade of overeating, yo-yo dieting, light, she stumbles on 1,000 photos taken by her father, memories of brighter times, remembering the passion that once held her and would save her again. Monica's new book is called Getting a Grip on My Body, My Mind, Myself. Hello, Monica.
Hi, Dan. Great to see you again.
It is so great to see you. I want everybody to understand what we're talking about with the binge eating disorder. This isn't a little overeating. You said your biggest opponent was on the plate. What kind of food were you eating and how much?
Really, for me, it was not being picky. I mean, my favorite foods were pasta, bread, cookies, the usual. It was just the quantities, because for whatever reason, it really calmed me down.
When you say quantities?
Big quantities, big.
You mean like you'd order 2 or 3 plates of pasta?
Yes, and more so, my biggest opponent was the mini bar in hotel rooms.
At one point, I understand your trainer went to the hotels and said, when she stays here, empty the mini bar and do not deliver room service. Refuse her orders. Did it work?
It really didn't work. I mean, it might have worked for a day or two because I was on this whole yo-yo diet that I would lose the weight, I would gain the weight back, and more so physically what it was doing me to my career, it was destroying me emotionally.
Oh, it was almost, it must have been pulverizing to be alone with yourself fighting it, because you were hiding it from everybody as much as possible.
For sure, in tennis, you're supposed to be really tough mentally, yet alone I was having this internally, this big battle. So whenever someone asked me who my biggest opponent was, it was food, really, and the inner battle that I had with it for over 9 years.
As we said, you went up from a size 2 to a size 16, and the story that stunned me was 9 days, you had 9 days in a bridesmaid's dress to go to a wedding, and the binge eating was such that they had to let the dress out 2 times, this dress.
Yes, I know.
Because you actually put on that much weight with the anxiety.
Yes, I was playing in a tournament down in Miami, and my very close friend Mary Jo Fernandez was getting married, and it was my first time being a bridesmaid, which should have been really a happy moment in my life. Unfortunately, I had such a battle, raging battle going inside of me, that it went the other way, and then the self-hatred, because here I am, I'm like the biggest girl in the bridal party.
And let's talk about turning it around, because at one point you do decide that you're, as somebody said on our show once, hungry for your life.
Yes, definitely.
You had to get out of the pressure.
Once I realized that the power lied in me, it wasn't an easy journey. I had to deal with what was really eating me, because it wasn't food. And that's why I try to let women know that there is a way out of this, but you first have to face the issues that are bothering me. For me, it was my stabbing, my father's death, just a lot of things coming together. And unfortunately, I took it out on food. And once I realized that that's not the healthiest outlet for me, I took control of my life.
And you have some principles which are really helpful, little practical things. You say you don't have allowed or forbidden foods anymore.
Yes, that's the biggest thing. You can eat everything but in moderation. And I think start making small changes. I lost over 35 pounds, but I didn't lose it in 1 month, in 2 months. I lost it gradually.
Well, that's you said, don't put a number there. You put a number there, you fail, you flay yourself. Just don't put a number.
Yes, and each one of us is designed to be a different size. I mean, if I would have to be a size 0 or 2, I would have to starve myself. So, and I love to eat way too much. I'm not a gym fanatic. I actually hate to exercise. So I had to come up with a movement that fit my personality, which was walking for me.
And walking does it for you? How much do you walk?
I've lost my 35 pounds with walking. I walk pretty much every day, 30 minutes to an hour.
And what do you say to yourself if temptation returns again? Do you have something that you have inscribed on your brain that kicks in and
I think I still have feelings when, like with Dancing with the Stars, I was getting nervous because in front of millions of viewers, people are going to judge how I look.
Right.
I had my setbacks. I hope in the book it comes through that I still have my moments. But one thing I realized that cookie, that bowl of pasta that I was so, forbidden to eat is always going to be there, but I gotta have it in moderation. And as soon as I start overeating, I check in what is it in my emotions that are eating me.
Well, again, the book is called Getting a Grip, and we saw you up there in Dancing with the Stars. And I think you were 19 when I first met you.
Yes, I was a baby, and it was a very difficult time in my life, obviously, right after the stabbing.
But what a journey it has been on my body, my mind, myself, for everybody. Thank you.
Thanks,
Great
Diane,
to see
so
you.
much.
ABCnews.com has an excerpt of Monica's book if you want to read it.